Elsewhere in the business segment, more incentives are being initiated to make coffee farming lucrative, and Corporate Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya says the interventions are also included in matters elimination of middlemen. I'll be bringing you that report after we do this interview. And for now, as I had mentioned earlier, we are looking at leveraging innovation for sustainable tourism. And in studio is Tour Operators Society of Kenya, or TOSC, CEO Cyprian Singombe. Karibu sana, Cyprian.
Asante, thank you so much.
Yeah, and indeed, thanks for making time for this lively conversation.
Asante.
So first things first, I've never heard of Tour Operators Society of Kenya, and many Kenyans maybe do not know about it. Kindly, in a nutshell, what is your mandate?
Well, we've been around for a while. From 2015, we're actually celebrating 10 years now.
Oh.
We are an SME membership organization, others referred to as Tour Operators Society of Kenya, established back in 2015. This is a group of young people who came together as industry disruptors to see how they can. It's a membership organization. We are composed of well over 200 members now. Our members are basically tour operators, CEOs, directors running tour operator companies. And then we also have a special category of affiliate members. This includes people in the industry of hospitality, the hotels, you know. And then also we work with other agencies in government under KTB, under the Ministry of Tourism, to advance the tourism agenda in this country.
And when we're talking about leveraging innovation for sustainable tourism, what are we talking about? I know there is the single plastic use in national parks.
Yes.
What are other policies or other interventions that you have adopted as a society?
Yes, Kenya as a country, speaking about numbers in tourism, we look at it that we are not where we should be. And as a society, we are keen on sustainable tourism, on how can we do our numbers better.
Yes.
The report that was tabled by the CSR, Ms. Miano, some 2-3 months ago, about our numbers 2023, then 2024, there was a slight improvement from 1.3 million, I think, in 2023 to 2.5 million in 2024. But we as a society feel that we should do better. Other countries that are surrounding us, like Rwanda, for instance, with a population of around 12 million, even geographically speaking, small, almost a quarter of what Kenya is. Well, it's not beat us in numbers, but we beat them by a few hundreds of thousands. Tanzania is coming out. So we ask ourselves on what can we do better in terms of blue economy, from reforestation. We work so closely with KWS on what you pointed. Kenya has so much. We are losing out in terms of our cultural values, you know, the Maasai, you know, our game parks, our game reserves. As a matter of fact, on 27th to 28th, we'll be in Kakamega. We have a program with the Kakamega County Government where they are showcasing other tourist facilities in sustainability, like bullfighting. We are supporting them, and we are keen to work with the county government. I heard you talk about coffee, for instance. Yeah. You'll be surprised that there are so many tourists inbound, we call them inbound tourists, our guests coming from outside, who has never seen a coffee plantation or a TV plantation. And they're just here at Kiambu. We're having a conversation with county governments. We are actually at the very advanced stages of drawing up an MOU with them on how can we market those unseen and exploited tourism facilities that are available in our counties. For instance, how many know that we have Kakamega forest? How many people do know that here in Ukambani we have unamwaga maji badala iteremuke inapanda kwa mlima? You know, there's so much, I mean, we can be able to do in all our counties. There's so much we need to impress. Our numbers don't look so good. Morocco, that is a leading country in Africa, with a population of 37 million, is having numbers of 18 million, where we are doing 2.5 million. And this is a huge industry that all of us need to play in as an industry. And in fact, I keep saying that if we do this better, we can even overtake agriculture in terms of revenue for this country.
Just like it was in the 90s. And I'm looking at how you are able to bounce back.
Yes.
From COVID-19,
yes.
because I have many friends who are jobless for a number of years. How are you able to bounce back? And looking at the numbers right now, are we where we should be, or we are on the right track?
Let me say we are on the right track. Of course, COVID, really, as you rightly put it, got a lot of people out of business. I remember TRA, which we work together, Tourism Regulatory Authority, which we work together as partners, which is a key regulator in the tourism industry, had a restriction that for you to get their license, you must have a physical office. I do know that after COVID, a lot of our members closed office. I mean, they could not sustain to pay rent. But and we thank them. We had to have a conversation with them that issue these young people, issue these operators with the license as they pick up. So numbers have not been good, but I'm excited to say that we are bouncing back. And one of the key things we are doing as an association, we're having a conversation with Zoho, Triply, and several other tech companies. We want to embrace technology in running business. We are in a very advanced stage of developing a TOSC app, to Operators Society of Kenya app, where you can download it wherever you are in this world. I mean, whilst you are there, you're able to see our members, the hotels in Kenya. You know, there is one stop. I was just answering your question that we're trying to embrace technology because dynamics are changing. We came up with serious lessons from COVID that you don't need to be there physically to run business. So what is this that we are able to do to keep going? Because we are business enablers. As a society, we don't make money, but our members do. So we are creating that safe environment for them. And one of the things we are doing is creating partnership that can last from counties, from government. We work closely with KTB, I mentioned about that, TRA, KWS, all government agencies. And now we are going private. We are going private, not going private. We are also seeking partnerships in the players in tourism industry, but in private sector.
Yes, I know we have been talking about how you're leveraging even technology. Yes. And I'm looking at technology and the climate as well. Yes. Why is this? Maybe EV, we've seen the tour operators, the Nissans, the Land Cruisers, the buses. Have you thought of EVs, electronic vehicles? And another thing, this would also help in the conservation of the environment. You're having climate change. Are these some of the things that you're also exploring? Yes,
perfect. If we don't do this intervention, as you rightly put it here, we have a whole cordon. We'll talk about that. I hope you'll get another session. But we are impressing because even in our AGM, by the way, we have an AGM coming up in 2-3 days now. Key panelists we have brought on board is on how to make such interventions on the interventions they're making at, you see, this is a personal responsibility. We don't want to just make it look like it's an association thing, but how can you take individual responsibility by impressing all this all this technology to avoid us going back to where we've come from. Yes.
And I'm looking also at some of the policies that I remember, I don't know whether this is still working, where you guys plant a tree for every tourist that comes to Kenya, because we are also talking about climate change.
Yes. Yeah, that is important. It's one of the campaigns that we've just embraced, where we are telling guys like donate a seedling. You can do that we are doing it through our website. And I just want to thank the president that we have a special day put aside for planting trees. If you go to other serious countries like our neighbors, like I keep mentioning Rwanda because they're impressing that. It's inculcated, it's a culture. When you are born, when you're brought up, even in school, it is in their syllabus, it's something you learn. So it's a good idea. We insist, and we do a lot of under CSR, corporate social responsibility. We have so many programs in tree planting, from schools to institutions to our game parks, and we're doing this in partnership with KWS as well.
I'm looking at tourists who visit the country, and the tourist attractions are scattered in all the 47 counties. What policy interventions have you or even county governments embraced to actually to lead us towards innovation? Because at the end of the day, the national parks and the game parks were controlled by the national government, but now the national government has started to release its grip.
Perfect question. What we're doing about that, one of the things that is hindering our numbers is exploitation of the facilities we are talking about. Some in the most interior parts of Kenya, you know, Turkana, you know, the most interior parts of Kenya. So one of the major intervention is infrastructure. We call upon the government and we keep engaging that roads that are leading to these facilities that can attract tourists. What can we be able to do? Improve infrastructure to them, and then policies are also formulated. Magistrates is not an advolved function, but counties play a big role in coming up with rules, bylaws that can be able to govern. Another thing that has hindered growth in tourism industry is game park. You know, the taxes, the overwhelming taxes. For instance, we keep asking and requesting government that they need to review. For example, if you are in transport, in tourism, industry, if you're in transport, you know, you have your Land Cruiser, you have your van, you'll be surprised that after getting the license that you pay for at TRA, NTSA will also be waiting for you, you know, to pay another license to operate as a tour operator. So we ask the question that why will you pay for all these taxes and you are, you know, it's the same government, same agencies, why do you need 2, 3 licenses, for instance, to do the same thing? So those are the reviews we keep engaging them. We're writing to them to review. And park fee, our Constitution 2010 is so specific on public participation. You can't literally pass anything in this country without due public participation in the spirit of our Constitution. For example, the latest park fee was passed without involving the stakeholders, the players in the industry. So we are also engaging the government in the spirit of even the new finance bill that is coming up, that these park fees, to me, are punitive, they're quite high. And then if you have to make such radical decision, it's very important to always, even from what we learned from the Genesis, just involve the people, involve us in the industry. We are always available. We are phone call away to be when you're making these major changes that can affect, because we are so determined to make Kenya, I mean, the best destination attraction in Africa and the world. We have so much more than Morocco. I said Morocco is doing 17, 18 million. We are doing 2.5 million. Can you imagine, sir?
It's almost 10 times.
Yes. Can you imagine how many people will be able to employ? We'll be doing better than agriculture, as I put it here. I mean, there's so much you can be able to do if we come together. And then I want to also throw a challenge to you as a media house. Media plays a big role in marketing this country. And when you do that, you're also creating employment opportunities. So I'm also seeking opportunity to work with KBC and, you know, the tour operators on how can we market our country. I mean, those facilities that have not been exploited. There could be so amazing things here, but who features that? Who takes it to the world?
Yeah, and on that part, I think, on behalf of the corporation, I can tell you that we are more than ready. Reason being, we've had a program that has done over 15 years called Magical Scenes.
Yes.
I hope you've heard,
yes,
you've seen it by Mchuma Odim, which highlights some of the attraction sites and some of the challenges that you guys are going through. And especially, now that you are on your 9th AGM, right?
Yes.
What exactly are we looking forward to in this, and especially when you are tackling challenges that you guys are going through? Because you've said that COVID gave you some really hard lessons. Yeah,
COVID messed everybody up. Yeah, our AGM is happening on 20th. This is this Friday. Actually, we've already, as we speak, extended an invitation to you. We'll be excited to see you there. What we've done is, we are an ecosystem. You cannot be able to do this alone. We are bringing in, as I said, all the agencies in this field. From the airlines, KQ will be there. You know, we're having the same conversation about sustainability. We're also having a number of ambassadors. The ambassador, for instance, of Barbados to Kenya, Alexander McDonald will be there as one of the guests. We have governors who have confirmed attendance. We have representatives from the ministry. We have the members of the Senate and Parliament showing up. This AGM is more of how can we leverage sustainability? How can we be able to work with everybody in this industry to be able to ensure that we go fourth in terms of numbers. It will be a great conversation, and we'll really appreciate to see you there. We have, as I said, we have all these players there. We are going to ask ourselves hard questions. We are going to give our record on where we've come from, the challenges you've talked about, and where we see ourselves. In fact, this government can even do our numbers to 7-8 million before 2027. I mean, there's a lot of goodwill. People are willing, the society, we are there, the players are there. It's all about putting our efforts together, harnessing our efforts and our strength to be able to see how can we take this forth.
I'm looking at COVID years. So
yes.
For 2-3 years,
yes,
we were just at home. I want you to look into your crystal ball,
yes,
and look into 5-10 years down the line. Yes, indeed. I know you've mentioned that we are projected to maybe give Morocco a run for its money.
Yes.
It's doing very well when it comes to tourism. What do you see in matters innovation and tourism? As you wrap up.
As I wrap up, what I can say, one is to embrace technology. We are really moving fast in terms of digitalization of that's why even I think the government is so keen in digitalizing its services. We want to see a tourism industry where the government embraces the private sector, because that's the only way we can be able to move forward. And we are continuously, as an association, doing capacity building trainings, bringing in fintech companies to help improve the capacity of our members to embrace technology. It's not COVID, as you said. You know, we are learning that you cannot just sit in an office and get clientele. We also have, like in Tosco, we have market days on Thursday, where we try to market our members, you know, try to be a link between us and the international community. And this can be done. You'll be surprised that there's so much in this country. There are young people doing, maybe you might not know, there are tourists who come all the way to see birds. For instance, there's a company that takes you around to see the different types of birds in this country. You'll never find some of those birds anywhere in the world. But who knows about that out there? So that is why Tosca exists, and that's why we extend this hand to you media that work with us this journey. There's so much you can be able to do to recover from COVID. People died out of depression. People lost jobs. I mean, we can be able to do so much.
Well said, well said. And I'm hoping that the future is very bright when it comes to matters tourism. I have been speaking to Cyprian Singombe, who is the CEO for the Tour Operators Society of Kenya, Tosca, as he mentions, and we are looking at leveraging innovation for sustainable tourism. Many thanks indeed for joining us, and all the best, and especially at your AGM on Friday. My business editor is watching, so maybe he's going to send someone
we'll be
on
glad,
Friday.
We'll be glad to see them.
Yes, and also it's partnership. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right, let's...